Hey, outstanding oraculars. So, we're gonna unbag, in this case, the Keymaster Tarot, which just arrived today. And it arrived a couple hours ago. I haven't opened it up yet. I've resisted the temptation. So I don't remember a whole lot about the Kickstarter, but I do remember that there were different tiers of deck that you could order, and so I went, I think, with the very basic, no bells and whistles situation, which in a way, like, makes sense because um, I don't have a lot of room for like large sets of things. But I also will say that when I got this in the mail today, I'm like, oh, it feels so light. Like, I've become so accustomed to sort of decks feeling so, weighty and full of things. So yeah, this is the Keymaster Tarot. So it comes with this satin bag. What does this say? Playing cards, Stockholm, 17. And then a sticker, and then just the deck and a little white book. So, these were printed by Carta Mundi, and I'm actually going to go see if I can go to the Kickstarter page and see what was out there. So it's not, there's no artist name listed. But I'm just looking to see what the rewards were. So the Keymaster Basic is what I got. And then there was the Superior Edition, which came with a luxury box. And there was some hot foil stamping, and then there was a basic bundle with a card stand. There was an ultimate. So go out. There was a lot of different ones. There was the Superior bundle. So there was a lot of options. I just was very basic here. And honestly, the only thing I can remember really about this deck is that it's Pip deck. Like, do not. It's been a minute. And I'm not. Like, I'm less impatient when it comes to Kickstarters and Indiegogos than I used to be. I definitely don't. Things take the time they take. And it's always interesting. Some projects arrive so quickly and some don't. This has like a little sort of cigarette pack pulley tabby thing, but there's no pulley tabby thing to actually pulley tab. And I don't want to damage the cards. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Kickstarter, it's not a store. And that's the tricky thing about crowdfunding, is that you're actually essentially, an investor in someone's work, and you're choosing to invest in their project. So, and some projects come along more quickly than others. I don't even remember when this Kickstarter occurred, in fact. But, yeah. So let's walk through the cards, because I don't remember what they look like. Zoom. So this is the back, and it's got some gold foiling on it, no edging. And then obviously we'll look at the cards. And so the Keymaster Tarot. And there's a little introduction. So, not, you know, not anything shocking from what I can see. All right, let's walk through. Oh, let's center. Let's get centered. It smells good, like a new tarot deck should. Weird. All right, here's the Fool. And the Magician. Oops. The High Priestess. So I always sort of, the one regret I have is if there was a book and I couldn't quite see because I was looking quickly, is that I'm always curious. But this deck definitely has kind of an esoteric bent to its intent, and y'all know that I just hit the snooze button on that lately, so it's possible that I wouldn't have read it. But I do like this art quite a bit. It has a thothy feel to it. It's not, you know, it's obviously not a Rider-Waite-Smith gig. It's a, you know, this definitely has a sort of esoteric. Does the author say sort of what it's inspired by? It doesn't really. No. It's the Chariot. Justice. The Hermit, that's very cool. I like that. Very angular quality to it. It's interesting, I'm not having a whole lot of impressions. Really, I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's, you know, nothing's kind of jumping out at me. I do really like this death card a lot. There's an almost Art Deco quality to it, which is maybe what's connecting me to the Thoth deck, because that has deco elements to it too. It's not every card has that deco quality. And then there are these moments where it looks sort of white silhouettes with textures in them, which is kind of cool. Judgment. I don't know that I love that. It just has a little kind of Jesus-y feel to me. And the World. And so the only cards that have this gold on the border are the majors, it looks like. And then the minors, they have it on the back, but not on the front. There's, I don't know if you can see, there's like a gold line, there you go, around it. So this uses the French suits of spades, but it has, or spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. But it's got the Italian suit symbol, the tarot suit symbol, and this is the ace. So they're very, very simple, but I remember actually finding it really striking. Now, in their gold, the sort of Marseille style, so I don't know if you can quite see that. I mean, this is kind of why I wanted the deck, to be honest, was that I sort of liked this. But I will say that because it is gold, whoops, I'm doing this backwards, it's a little harder to see than I imagined. But it does, you know, it's got a very, like, clean, fresh sensibility, which I am not mad at. And I do think it has sort of a nice energy to it. So, and I liked the use of the two suits. It's the Jack of Spades, the Knight of Spades, the Queen, and King. So now we get into diamonds. And this is very cool too. Again, you can kind of see it there. It has that, again, that Marseille kind of. This would be the one that advertised the card maker, and this does. Jack of Diamonds, Knight, Queen, King, so again it's clubs, or wands, I do like the quartz. I like the art of the quartz quite a bit. And then finally hearts, cups. Again, very Marseille. And then there's a title card. And just an extra. So that's that. That's the deck. Let's see how it shuffles. I mean, it's pretty. It's cardstock. It's, you know, it's what you would get from, I think, a mass market publisher, and it was printed by Cardamundi, which makes that, and as such, it shuffles really nicely. I mean, it shuffles great the way that, like, decent mass market decks do, but with that added sort of slightly matte gold finish. You know, I think we've come to sort of, you know, see and expect such thick kind of, you know, heavyweight cardstock with indie decks, and this is, you know, this is not that. It's a little thinner than, I would say, US Games, but maybe not as thin as Llewellyn. So let's do a spread. I do, you know, I am always kind of a sucker for the playing cards. I just sort of, you know, I don't read playing cards, but I like, I don't know, there's something very kind of classic about it that that was kind of feels very oracular, very, you know, fortune-tellery. So, and I think, you know, I would say, just sort of after an initial gaze, you know, at this deck, that it does have the feeling of kind of the old school, you know, esoteric style decks, you know, that really kind of center that stuff, certainly with the trumps, you know, and then again, this is definitely a deck where the the attention is on the trumps. But you know, the cardstock has, it's like, it feels nice, and the gold does look nice. You know, it's classy, I would say. Artistically, it I don't know, you know, it lives in this sort of like almost Art Deco style. It does feel like it's tipping its hat to Lady Frida Harris, but with a more representational quality. But I do like the pips. I find them very fresh and clean. And actually, I have to say, I almost prefer the black border with the gold outline over the gold outline with the black border on the trumps, in a way. Again, I really love black borders on cards. I think it just does something that really makes the images pop. So, you know, I'm almost these days like more pro black border than I am borderless, because there's just something about the black borders that I like. And that's, you know, not the case across the board, but anyway, that's it. So there we have it. This is a first look at the Keymaster Tarot. Oh, there it is. Illustrated by Lorenzo Gaggiotti. Text by Regina Hoppengardner. And Stockholm17.com is the website. So I hope that was interesting. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. It's snowing in New England right now on the day before Halloween. So that's 2020. Anyway, take care. We'll talk soon.